In this video, we're going to go over the homework examples for section 11.2. So your exercises will be similar, but they will not be the same. So make sure that you understand the process that we're using to solve them and how to identify what to do. So question number 1. There are 5 performers who will present their comedy acts this weekend at a comedy club. How many different ways are there to schedule their appearances? So there are 5 performers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 choices for the first performance, 4 choices for the second performance, 3, 2, 1. And you are doing all of them, the first performance and the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth. So n implies multiplication. So this one will be just 5 times 4, that's 20, times 3, that is 60, times 2, 120, times 1, 120. So there are 120 ways in which you can do that. Question number 2. In an encyclopedia of language, the author presents 5 sentences that make a reasonable paragraph regardless of their order. The sentences are listed below. So there are 5. These are the 5 sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In how many ways can the 5 sentences be arranged? So the 5 sentences can be arranged in how many different orders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 choices or 5 sentences to choose from to start with. Then you go down from there. 4, 3, 2, 1. As you choose or use the sentences, your choices will go down. So these are the same numbers that we use on number 1. So therefore, we should get the same answer, 120. Number 3. There are 8 performers who will present their comedy acts this weekend at a comedy club. One of the performers insists of being the last stand-up comic of the evening. If this performer's request is granted, how many different ways are there to schedule the appearances? So you have 8 performers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there is one person that says, I want to go last. And you're like, okay, so there is only one choice. If you grant that request, you only have one choice for the last position. And then if you use already 1 out of the 8 that we started with, so 8 minus 1 is 7. So you have 7 choices for the first one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So when you multiply all of those choices, it will give you the number of ways. So this will be, we can use Diego or this one, 7. Let me make sure that we have a good view. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 1. So that will give you 5,040 ways. 5,040 ways. Next, you need to arrange 8 of your favorite books along a small shelf. How many different ways can you arrange the books, assuming that the order of the books makes a difference to you? So there are 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 books to choose from for the first position on the shelf. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're multiplying down all the way to 1. 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. And notice as we went from 8 to 1, I can just go ahead and find the 8 factorial. So to find 8 factorial in the calculator, we will go enter the 8 in the calculator, then go to math all the way down to PRB. Notice that the exclamation symbol is option 4. So notice how it displays 8 factorial. So that will be 40,320 ways. 40,320 ways. Again, I noticed that we went from 8 to 1, so therefore it says, oh, I can use a factorial. I have to see in Diego how to find the a factorial. I believe it is similar. So number 5, use the 5 sentences below to answer the question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 sentences. How many different 5-sentence paragraph can be formed if the paragraph begins with he thought he saw a shape in the bushes and ends with John looked out of the window? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it says you're going to, if the first paragraph begins, so it says that one is taken, there is only one way, and the last one there is one way. So we started with 5 sentences, but we are already using one to be the first, one to be the last one. So therefore you have 3 left for the second sentence, 2 choices for the third sentence, and 1 choice for the fourth sentence. You multiply the different choices that you have to know the ways. So 1 times 3 is 3, times 2 is 6, times 1 is 6, times 1 is 6. Final answer is 6. So let's look at the last question from this page. A television programmer is arranging the order that 4 movies will be seen between the hours of 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. One of the movies has a G rating that is to be shown in the first time block. One of the movies is rated NC-17 and it is to be shown in the last of the time blocks from 12 to 2 a.m. Given these restrictions, in how many ways can the 4 movies be arranged during the indicated time blocks? They don't say it in here, but the time blocks are 2 hours. So between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., you're going to show the G-rated movie. So that means that you only have 1 choice for this block. Then we have the other one is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then we have from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. And last but not least, you're going to have from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm sorry, from 12 to 2. 12 to 2, not 6. 12 to 2. So we don't have any conditions for these 2. But from 12 to 6, you're going to show the NC-17. So we started with 4 movies. Notice that it was 4. You're already using 2, 1 to be first, 1 to be last. So those only have 1 choice. Now we're left with 2 choices for the second one and 1 choice for the third. So this is going to be 1 times 2 times 1 times 1. So this is going to be, you're going to have 2 ways, a total of 2 ways to work on those questions. So this one might require more absorption time than the one that we're providing during the explanation. I recommend that when you work number 6, try to do a similar 1 or 2 times. And remember that it doesn't affect your overall grade. Just go ahead and try similar so that you can understand the concepts better. Next, evaluate the expression. So all of this, we can use a calculator. So I'm going to use Diego. He's excited to be here with us. So 28 factorial. So 28. And here, let me go to PRB. Notice that option 3 is a factorial. So you can scroll down to option 3 or just press the number 3. So 28 factorial divided by 25. Oh, it's not second. Divided by 25 factorial. So I do PRB and then scroll down to 3. So make sure that the screen looks like the one that you have on paper, and that equals 19,656. Okay. Next, evaluate the factorial expression. You enter 23. You're going to press PRB, scroll down to option 3, then divide it by 15 second. I keep saying second. 15, and then we're just going to do PRB. Oh, not data, PRB. Let me clear this. Okay, so let me try again. Is 23 PRB option 3 factorial divided by 15 PRB option 3 factorial. Press enter. Okay, so notice that this one is giving us this answer, 1.97695 times 10 to the 10th power. So it is a positive exponent of 10. So what that means is that you will need to move the decimal point over 10 times in order to get a number that doesn't have a decimal. So this is equal to 1.97695, and I have to go 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The decimal point will be at the end, and then we'll put zeros inside. So again, your final answer is 1.97695, and then 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this decimal will not be here. So this is going to be 1. Okie doke. So 1,176,950,000. Okay, the next one. Evaluate the factorial expression. I'm not sure the calculator is going to give you this one, but let me give it a try. 109 PRB option 3 divided by 107 PRB option 3. So when you divide, it says overflow. Let me see what is going on. Overflow, clear. So notice it says overflow, so that means the calculator is saying, I cannot handle this, it's too large. So that's why it's good to know what the definition is in Spanish. So I mean in Spanish, but what the definition of factorial is. So if you get that message, that means that you should work it by hand. So this is 109 and this is 108, and then stop at 107. I demonstrated this with in the examples. So you go from 109 to 107. These two will simplify to 1. So basically it will be the product of 109 times 108. And that gives us a huge number, 11783,772. So that will be our final answer. On the next one, evaluate the factorial expressions. You can enter it the way you see it on paper. It will be 10 PRB. Then we're going to scroll down. So it will be 10 factorial. 10 factorial minus 5 and second. I keep saying second. It is 5, and then we're going to go to factorial. 5 factorial. And PRB, and that is option 3. And then we press enter. So this one will give you a large number as well. So this is going to be 362A6A0. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this will be your final answer. On the next one, evaluate the factorial expression. So 20 divided by 4, you can go ahead and get this answer. This is going to be the same answer as 5 factorial. So we can go ahead and enter that in the calculator, 5 PRB. And then we're going to scroll down to option 3. And that gives you 5 factorial is 120. And that's how you do this one. Number 11, 120. Okay, number 12, evaluate the factorial expression. So 6 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Okay, 6 minus 2 is 4. So if I were to do this, if I do it by hand, 6 times 5 times 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial, this becomes 1, multiply to 1, and 6 times 5, this will be 30. Number 13. Using the formula to evaluate the following expression. Again, the formula of n items choosing 3 is going to be n factorial divided by r times r minus r factorial. So, but don't worry about it, the calculator will take care of that for you. So here you will enter the 7 first. Enter the 7 first. And then you're going to press PRB, and the one that is for permutation is the first one. So we have 7 NPR, 7 NPR, and then the other number is 7 NPR. So that's it, 7 and then 4, 7 and 4, enter. So 7 out of 7 you're choosing 4, and that is 840 on this one. 840 ways to choose that. Okay. My denominator, 6 times 5 is 30. Okay. Okay, so that's it for questions all the way to 13. Now we're going to work the next question.